This is the part of the pod before we even start. I'm about to smoke some pot and get high. Yeah, what you want to do? Come get fried. A long time ago, I heard you got to be a madman to be comfortable in front of the camera. And I think at the time I thought it was like a diss or like something to be looked down on. But it's a skill for sure. You could definitely turn it on and make the most out of it. But the important thing is to not get like lost in it. You're putting on a facade or like a more digestible version of yourself for other people. And 9 times out of 10, that's just not who you really are. All right. Fuck. It's been a long time since I did a solo. But, I mean, I do these weekly. I'm comfortable enough in front of the camera. And, yeah, I'm going to let it ride. All right. Yeah, you know what it is. Episode 11 of the PDP. Welcome back. As always, it's your host, Pobs. Do me a favor while I have you here. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. I'm trying to get my numbers up, you feel me? Yeah, if you could be so kind, you know, it really keeps me going. But it's been a while since I've had a solo episode. I've actually only ever done one, I think. Yeah, the first episode of this. It's been a good, I don't know how many weeks it's been. I could actually look that up with my handy dandy laptop. Oh, that was a bad idea. I should have not smoked before this. All right, we're just going to cut this in post. That's one big thing I noticed about my first episode is when I listened back to it, I didn't realize how much I cut. Like ideally, I would like the conversation to be free flowing and not cut up so much of my time because it didn't seem authentic, but there was a lot of information in that one for me to really introduce myself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Pobs. Damn, so that was April of 2022, and it's about to be March. So damn near a year, 10 episodes, 1 year. I could probably knock out 2 more and make it like one every month type shit. So with this podcast, I've been very like selective. You know what I'm saying? Like I was very careful with who I picked to be on here, and even though I'm still learning how to be a podcaster, the people that I had on here were like people that I consider my friends, you know, people that I've met throughout this journey as an entrepreneur, artist. A lot of times I only see these people at events, so it's nice being able to make some more time to just like really learn a little bit more about them, right? And I'm looking forward to talking to more of my fellow small business owners for sure. There's a lot of people I want to get on here. Finder Keepers, Consistent, Tony. Who else? Love to get Rich on here. I'm always asking him. Jason, of course. Big Cap. I had one with Krush, but this was when the audio was very shitty, so I definitely want to have an updated one with Krush. My homie Cruz, all the guys that I grew up with, that'd be crazy. Just to learn a little bit more about them. But for this episode, this is episode 11, right? I want to take a moment to regroup, take a deep breath, appreciate everyone that like came on here, and I appreciate how far I've come since then, because April last year, I already like felt like I was in a great position, but it's just crazy how much you could level up. And even when you think like nothing can surprise you, there's always something that could surprise you. For the people that don't know, I actually am no longer at the job that I hated for 4 years, which is pretty crazy. I'll drop a bomb for that, because 4 years at a job that you're putting up with is super numbing. It's like mind-numbing work. A lot of the times you're just there waiting for your shift to be over. You're looking at the clock. You're trying to make up little games with your coworkers just to get through the day. all the stories that we would tell. That's one thing that I'm gonna miss. Like the people there were really cool, and shout out Ken. He like held me down. He was in my corner the whole time when I told him that I wanted to quit, and he understood why, because he's an artist himself. I don't know. He would give me that extra push when I was like doubting myself for sure, because it's so easy to feel trapped in that environment. Like, yeah, you got a weekly check, and maybe you could survive off of that if you're very frugal, but that's also not like a living wage. To be sacrificing your life like that for that many hours, you should at least be compensated by being able to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to live off of that job and maintain a family. Like, there's people working overtime like crazy just to like pay bills, and there's people doing a lot of like DoorDash and Instacart. And for the people that know me, like I did that shit for roughly like 2 to 3 years. It fucked up my car. It caused me so much stress. And then the taxes that come with that, like being sole proprietorship, that shit really adds up. And you end up like feeling like you would have been making more money if you didn't even work there in the first place. But I digress. The the job itself would be like quote unquote a good job for any like standard person, but if you know me, you know that my mind's always like turning, and I'm always trying to think of different ways to not essentially like make money, but like make cool stuff. And that job was like limiting me, but it wasn't money that I could play with, and it wasn't the time. The time is the most important thing. I was wasting 8 hours a day, not even being able to market from my phone, take phone calls if I needed to. I had to schedule everything on my breaks. I was using these 15 minutes, these extending my break longer than I should have really, because you're only allowed maybe 10, right? So I was pushing it to like 15, 20, and I would be like looking over my shoulder, making sure my manager wouldn't be on my ass about taking too long of a break, which is bullshit. Then lunch, I would scarf my food down so fast just so I could get back to my tablet, just so I could get back to like my drawing and finish some shit out. But I mean, I was doing that shit, and who's to say that because of that job, maybe I would have never got the ideas that I got if I didn't work there. But when I tell you that the job that I have now, it's feeding me in a different way. Like, it's not only paying more, which was great, obviously, but it's off of something that I taught myself. And just the fact that this company was able to recognize that my skills can translate to helping their company, and not only bettering like their company, but I'm learning a lot from them. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of like I'm like putting myself in that position to learn more about just being a great overall graphic designer. And that's, for a long time I was reluctant to call myself that, because I felt like you needed to be a professional, right? You needed to work at a job that actually considered you a graphic designer. You could call yourself a graphic designer. You could call yourself an illustrator or like an artist. But if you're not really being paid by, like, if you're not doing that as a profession, I think that's what they said. Like, you got to be making money off of that consistently to be considered a professional. You can't really claim that shit until you finally get the title. And now I have that, and I'm like using it to my best of my abilities. Like, I feel like I have more leverage with these companies that I'm working with now, because like that's a good title to have. It gives you some type of background, and a lot of times that job isn't available to even people with education. There's people with art degrees that don't even use it. I was able to like be self-taught and find a job in that position. It allows me to use that as leverage for other companies and gives me more credit, right? That's all that we care about, having good credit. That's been my main objective this couple months, just really trying to get my credit right, pay off these debts. I'm looking for a home. Me and my girl, we're ready to really buy a house, which is crazy. And a lot of people have been putting me down for it, and not really like putting me down. I understand I guess not the doubt, but the worry or like the precaution. But a lot of people will tell you should rent at least for a little bit. You should like wait it out. You don't know if you're gonna like that house. You got to take care of it. There's stuff you got to have bread to like fix it and shit. But I don't know. My family, we've always been able to fix any problem within the house, even if it takes a little while. And I'm not above like struggling a little bit, like being in a house that I don't consider the perfect home, because I know it'll lead to that. And buying property should never be looked down on. I think if you could do it, why not? You could always sell it. A lot of times these houses, they're in such bad shape that if you were to just like clean it up and paint it and then put it back on the market, you would make some bread. But people don't want to take that risk, and that's fine. But if I don't have to waste money, if I don't have to throw away my money, I'm not going to. You feel me? Like, I want my money to go towards something. So that's why I want to buy it. But I listen to everyone's opinion, and it's easier said than done. So that's one of my goals this year for sure, because it's about time. My family deserves that for sure. I just want to let people know, like, if you're in that position where you have a talent and it's not being used and you're like suppressing that because of a check or money, the job is only going to care about you as long as you serve it. So keep applying to new places. You don't know what you could get. A lot of people think that they could never have a job in their field, or like a job that's creative and making bread and allowing for free time, but they're out there. And these corporate jobs don't want you to know that for sure. They think that we're limited with our options, and they'll take every bit of that. Like, I like smoking, right? But this job was forcing me to like get drug tested, and that shit was another like little stress factor, because it was like random drug testing. And every now and then they would call my name and I would have to look for some pee because I didn't stop smoking. And it just felt like a toll on me, like not being able to really like let these people know how big of a stoner I am. But as we're going into March, I really told myself that I would smoke all the weed I have and then take a break for all of March. April, I got a few trips planned up, so I doubt that I won't smoke on those trips, only because I'm in vacation mode. But then May, my birthday, it's kind of tough. I'm sure people are gonna offer me weed, but I think you have to earn it. A lot of these potheads, I guess, aren't productive, and I'm still standing by what I made like a while ago. For the people that don't know, I put together this productive pothead design, and a lot of people enjoyed it. They loved it. I got a lot of feedback for them that they loved the font. I even had somebody DM me on if they could buy the rights to the font. And I don't even know if they were asking for the rights. I think they just asked if they could use it for like their promoting stuff. And I did not reply to that shit because I was not just about to give up my shit for free. I mean, you gotta give me something. I'm hesitant to use that because it takes a certain person that could be really productive and be a pothead. I think I haven't came across anybody who's a pothead and like outworking me. You feel me? And I don't even know if that's possible. But if there's a chance that stopping smoking might improve my productivity, then I got to try that out too. I guess it has to be like on an experiment base. Now that I think about it, maybe like 6 months, and then if it works, I'll make it a little longer. Yeah, I believe in everything in moderation, but when it comes to execution and actually putting these ideas that you get, because you do get ideas when you're fried and you're in a better mood, so everything sounds like great. Like you have it in your mind, you're able to vision it better. But when you're sober, you need to be able to execute them. And if you're groggy and like hungover, or you're just too fried to work, it makes it super difficult. I believe weed is important for inspiration, but it's really bad for execution. I've probably said that a lot of times, but I think I'm gonna push that narrative for 420. I'm still gonna make like my yearly grinder and maybe some other knickknacks. I also want to push that if you're not executing all your ideas, then that doesn't really mean shit. It doesn't matter. They're just ideas. If you're not putting them into fruition, um, what are you doing? You're just daydreaming. Yeah. I think one big thing with this new job that is important is the freedom, right? A lot of times I wasn't able to stay up as late as I wanted to because I had to wake up at 5, like 6 in the morning. I really had work at 6:30 and that shit was a rush. Like not in a good way. I had to rush. Like I had to take a shower, put on my clothes, speed. Nah, maybe I wouldn't speed, but like even just like driving. Like if there was an accident, if there was too much traffic, I'd be late, and then you get a fucking not a write up, but you get like a little mark on your name, right? And if you have too many marks, you get a write up. The whole system is like fucked up. The great thing about this new job though is I'm able to make my own schedule, and that comes with its negative aspects as well. But like I said, I was working DoorDash, and a lot of these delivery food apps would require you to clock in your own hours. And if you have the ability to clock in your own hours, it's very easy to stay home and just hang out with your friends, or just say that you're going to work and then get tired and leave early. So it's kind of important for the job itself to keep you accountable and keep you coming back. If I didn't have a job that didn't challenge me, then it's kind of, why would I be there, right? So that's what I love about this job. And just life has been very insane. There's just been so many changes. I felt like I haven't really had a chance to address them, and I'm glad I can do it with y'all. It's been a cool journey, and I just every now and then I need to take a step and just like really summarize what I've been going through, right? I wasn't wearing my glasses for at least like 4 years. When I went to the eye doctor, he was like, "Damn, it's been so long, and your vision hasn't gotten worse, but it's not good to walk around like that, right? Obviously." So these glasses were a big eye opener, but I actually scratched them on a day that I went out with my friend Squared. We went to this Vans party for Joe Fresh Goods, and I dropped them and somebody stepped on them, and I got these big ass scratches. And it's difficult because I was so used to the great vision, and now it feels like I'm impaired again. And I also got braces, which is super new. Shout out Daisy, she hooked it up. The orthodontist is super cool. Shout out Tom. Super informative, and he made it super easy. It doesn't hurt that much. Like the first 2 days were in pain. If you saw my Geek Night episode, I had them bitches on for the first time there, and I was feeling it. And my girl actually had a family party with some fire ass carne asada, and that shit was painful. Like it tasted so good, but I could only eat very small pieces. I was like, oh, I just want to scarf this whole thing down. But yeah, I got braces and I was doing pretty good with them. I don't know if I bit too hard, but my bracket fell. I got a bracket on the right side of my mouth that came loose, and now it kind of just slides on the wire. But it's just funny how this is just how I feel. Like I don't feel like 100% right now. I feel like slightly injured in a weird way. I don't know if it's like maybe I'm coming off of like a cold. I feel like I got little scratches in my glasses. I got a bracket that's loose. You know, I'm a little fatigued. I'm not 100% on my A game when I go to the gym. I'm super like just trying to do cardio and get out of there, right? When I used to have like more energy. I don't know what it is. It might be the new job. It might be how everything's changing, and I'm having a hard time finding my routine. The one thing about a 9 to 5 or like the job that I was in is that you're able to make a routine out of that. And even though it's like mind numbing, it becomes a habit and it's easy to follow. It's like your whole life is planned out for you. But with a schedule like this, when you're able to create it yourself and work from wherever you want, it makes it so volatile, and I have a hard time like planning my feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know much about uh astrology, but I'm a Taurus, so a lot of people will say that we're very like earthy and like down to earth, and I feel like I need to have like something that I could stand on. I don't like shit changing so much. We're about to come up on like the end of this lease to the studio, and I'm slightly freaking out because I love having a space to work in. But in my head, I'm thinking like, all right, well, if I get this house, then I'm gonna have a place to work out of there. But I'm gonna miss having events, and I could always do that as like another venture. But it was nice having like a place for people to visit, and for the people that know me, they know that I really want a store, and I'm ready for it. It's just a matter of finding the right place and making it feel like upscale. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to better my quality. I'm trying to improve my art. I'm trying to improve my actual merch. I haven't been dropping merch as often, and we'll circle back to that. But yeah, you gotta evolve. You gotta adapt, and that's where I'm at in life. Every day is different. You gotta roll with the punches, but we're doing this shit for real. Mm. Yeah. Okay. This is the song that we play on User Friendly. Damn, you gotta hold that bitch or else it stops. All right. So we just had 50 episodes on User Friendly. That's my other podcast with Squared, Jason, Rex. We have a lot of great friends that have been on there. And sometimes people ask me like, oh, what's the difference between PDP and User Friendly? I just thought that I should address it. Obviously, the PDP is a lot closer to me. User Friendly is about everyone. These amazing people in our lives. Even though I'm showcasing small business owners and entrepreneurs on my platform, I want User Friendly to be like a little more carefree. We even thought about having a random guy from a restaurant come on User Friendly, like it's for the people, it's for the world. But Pod's Prince, I feel like you kind of need to know me a little more. If I'm gonna be, because you're in my like therapy session, so I'm gonna need you to like be more vulnerable with me. I feel like on User Friendly, people could be a little bit more cool and like laid back. But lately, everyone's been opening up, and it's been a beautiful experience. I feel like it has taken me away from my Pod's Prince brand and this podcast, which is fine because it's taught me a lot. I wouldn't have been able to get this good at editing video if it wasn't for User Friendly. It was more consistent, and just like the audio that we've been working with has gotten better. We're leveling up, and it's been great working with other people. There's challenges that come with that as well, but I'm learning a lot for sure. I think Pod's Prince is like my firstborn, and it's been in such a weird place lately. I obviously do more than Pod's. I have it stuck in my head that the Prince part of the name like limits me, because when I first came into this, I was making prints and I was selling prints, and I thought that was a great name. But slowly it transitioned to painting and clothes, and I'm doing more than prints. I like to sculpt, 3D sculpt. I like to do the podcast, audio, visuals, pizza. I want to do a Pod's Pizza Puff. There's so many things that I want to do that I feel like putting prints on it has limited me. A lot of times I'm thinking like maybe I should just have a brand that is the overall umbrella for everything. And I'm still figuring that out. But until then, Pod's Prince is what I'm rocking with. That's what the people know me as. And I like to think that like Prince could stand for like fingerprints, or like paw prints, Pod's Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like Pod's Prince. Like I could touch the world. I could like have a hand in everything. You feel me? So that's how I feel about that. Being so many different things at once. It's like I'm a co-host, I'm a brand owner, I'm a studio owner, I'm a father. My son's 5.5. Shout out Lucas, I miss you, man. So he's been in such a funny stage in his life. He's getting really good at reading, and he's so smart. There's a lot of things that I feel other kids can't do that his age, but he has a hard time focusing, and he's very impatient. So I catch myself like getting frustrated with him, and I have to stop myself from yelling at him, or I have to stop myself from being mean to him, because even though he's my son and I love him more than anything in the world, I can't be that lenient with him, right? Like, you need to have a strong father figure. You need to have like, I feel like that's what made me into the man I am today, and I wanna provide that for Lucas as well. He needs to have like he needs to have a stern figure in his life that he knows. I feel like he needs that authoritative figure in his life to keep him on track, and that's my job. And if I need to be mean to him, then that's just how it is. But he can't walk all over people. He can't get what he wants all the time. It's like managing that has been crazy, because I'm not trying to be mean to him. I don't want to cause him any trauma. You never know what might stick with him, or like he might take the wrong way. So I have to consider that, and just learning that and being the best dad I could be has been super important in my life. That's what I feel will be my greatest accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could teach him how to provide for himself and not necessarily follow my footsteps, but he could create his own legacy and create his own. He has so many great ideas. Lucas is crazy. He has so many business ideas, proposals. Like, I believe he's got endless amount of talent. He's gonna go super far, and I can't believe how lucky I am and how blessed. God just keeps providing me with so much, and I'm just so grateful, for real. I I don't feel like I talk about God enough on this podcast, or just any like podcast. I don't know if it makes people uncomfortable, but God is so good, and He's provided anything that I've ever asked for. I know it doesn't come when I want it, or it doesn't come when I think I need it, but it happens. It always happens if I truly like crave it in my heart. It manifests right in front of me, and if it doesn't, it's altered in a way that made it better, or it made it better than I could ever imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're so limited to what's relative to us right now. We have no idea of what's out there. We can't fathom what's out there. We can't fathom working at a better job, because we think we're at the best job possible for the standards that you set for yourself. But you don't realize that if you break those limitations, like there's something even better, and like there's always something better. And that goes into like how content you want to be. But when it comes to your like free time and your day to day, I think that's something that's non-negotiable. Like, you need to be happy with your day to day. Yeah, I just want to thank God. Take a moment to thank God for providing me with a beautiful day to day. And even when I don't know what's about to happen, it could always be worse. It has been worse, and from other people's experiences, it could go so much worse. Like, we're blessed for real. Anybody listening to this is blessed for real, because you guys, it's an honor to be able to talk to you, and it's an honor to even be able to communicate through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. You feel me? We're everywhere now, but it's real. It's amazing, man. But shout out February. Shout out. It's still February. Shout out all the lovers out there. We just came off of a Valentine's Day weekend, and it was so much fun. Me and my girl, we actually on Valentine's Day we went to Boston Market, and only because it has like sentimental value, it brings like a nostalgic feel to us. But a lot of people might not like it. It is a very. It feels like a white restaurant, right? Like, it feels like a lack of seasoning restaurant. But I don't know. It hits the spot, because you get the mac and cheese, you get some mashed potatoes, the cornbread's good, chicken. It was a great like dinner that night. We went with Lucas, but we saved the actual Valentine's Day things for the weekend. Got a nice hotel, Greek restaurant. Shout out Liam, he hooked it up. He was giving us so much stuff, and yeah, this whole weekend has been super family oriented, and I love it. It just felt good. It feels good, relaxing, and I can do this for the rest of my life, and I will. And I'm not really sure what's next. I could only take it month by month. This month's event is a Mario Kart tournament at the studio. Next month we might do 2K, March Madness, all that. But these events they don't feel like a Pops Prince event. They feel like a Live 21 event. It's collab with Divergence, my homie's podcast, Kevin. They're about 21 episodes in, which is great. Shout out to them. They're 22. They've been killing it. Now that I think about it, I need to step it up for PDP. But I am by myself here. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if PDP could have a co-host. That'd be crazy. So I'm looking forward to that. My mom's gonna be selling arepas. She's been doing her thing. I need to figure out like consistent schedule for her, so people could really like taste the arepas. Anyone's that had them loves them. You feel me? Like they're not regular arepas. My mom's arepas are top tier, and it's crazy because she only makes them that good for the events. When they're at the crib, I don't know, they don't hit the same. Like I don't know if she doesn't put as much love into them or what, but she's got these other ones though. These will fuck your head up. They're like arepas de choclo, and they're like more yellow and sweet, and then you put a little bit of cheese on them, and then with like some hot chocolate. Yeah, that's definitely like the Sunday special for sure. I can't wait to have my own spot so that me and my mom could really sell shit. Mother son business. Let's go. My dad be coming by. He'd be helping, but every now and then, hold up the battery and the camera's tweaking. Okay, for the rest of the podcast, we're gonna go into audio. I'll try to figure out something for YouTube. But basically, we have a tournament this Saturday. If you're there, you're there. It's gonna be a great time. By the time you hear this, it'll be over. But thank you for coming. We had a great time. I sold a lot of stuff, and we're getting ready for spring. Spring is gonna be amazing. There's gonna be more events, more art shows, more clothes. I am gonna drop a spring collection. I can't go without it. But peep these hats, peep these thermals. I got other stuff coming. I'm excited. But we getting back to the art for real. 2023. You know what it is. It's your boy Pops Prince. We out here. Anyways, thanks for listening to another episode of the PDP. It's your boy Pops Prince. And remember to stay fly. Yo, it's your boy Pops Prince. It's been another amazing episode, and I can't thank you enough for listening. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like. Help us grow the channel. I'm just trying to be a man. I'm not trying to be an animal. I'm not trying to survive. I'm trying to thrive. I'm trying to get paid. If you got me, then I'll get you, and we'll help each other. We'll grow bigger, and we'll get stronger, and we'll do it together. Yeah. Am I drunk? Or am I high? Or am I lonely? Am I that guy? Is it me? Can it be? Can I get this paper by myself? We'll see. Because it seems like nobody ever wants to work like me. Damn, I'm hardly working. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the one that's lost my mind, and everyone around me is just fine, and I just don't know that I have everything that I need. Have everything that I want. Have everything that I need. I guess you could call it greed. I guess you could call it wanting more. I guess I don't know what I want. I guess I want some shit in stores. I guess I want some free time with my friends. Free time in the ends. Free time with my pens. Maybe write some lyrics. So I can stop freestyling off the top of the dome. I wish I had a beat that I could go on, but maybe I could play some shit that I find on YouTube. Damn, this is shit hitting different. I'm at my limit. I might go home to take a nap. Damn, it's 9:30 and I'm still trying to rap. God damn. I'm ass at this. And if you don't know this shit, then I do. I can hit my fan. I can hit my doggy. I can hit my fan. Damn, people don't understand what I really rap about, but it's an insiders, my friends. So it don't matter because you ain't in on this. I'm trying to get some paper, bitch. If you don't want to get with me, then you could go back to the streets because I don't want to see you no more. Damn, that boy is harsh. Take it easy. Yeah, easy peasy. Shout out my son. Easy peasy. He was a man. Maybe that should be my rap name. Easy peasy. I'm going crazy. I think I'm never lazy. I work so hard that y'all can't phase me. Whoa. My throat heart. Super funky. Need some saxophone beats. Take it easy. Hey, fuck ads and everything that they stand for. I only care about myself. I'm disrespectful about my wealth. This beat's too slow. I don't know if I could rhyme on it. I might take my time on it. Got the picture round and aesthetical. Baby, if it's you want, and I keep that shit medical. See me, then you know it's on site. And if I see your moms, then I'ma be polite. And if you don't know me, then you was out of spite. Because I gave you the chance. And I even showed up at the pop-up. And you ain't even shoot me a hand. You ain't even show me love. But your girl was a fan. She was taking my picture. And if you didn't listen, and I'll just smoke my elixir. I might have said some shit that I regret. But at least I said it. And I can't take it back. I might take it back. I might retract my statements. And yo bitch probably wants me. But I'm taking. Alright. Thank you for listening to my raps. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's get it.